นะคะ for trade logistics in ASEAN นะคะเดี๋ยวเราจะได้เห็นนะคะไม่เพียงแค่ information นะคะพ่อแม่พี่น้องกรุณาสังเกตบุคลิกด้วยนะคะน่าสนใจมากๆเลยนะคะว่าเวลาที่เราจะคุยกับเขาเนี่ยบุคลิกของเขาอะไรต่างๆก็น่าสนใจด้วยนะคะว่าวิธีคุยอะไรต่างๆเราจะคุยกันยังไงนะคะอย่างตะกี้คุณพี่สมพรนะคะก็ให้เราเห็นว่าพี่น้องคนลาวเนี่ยก็บุคลิกคล้ายคนไทยมากเลยนะคะมีความยืดหยุ่นได้ไม่เป็นไร4 ทุ่มได้เดี๋ยวขับไปนะคะแต่เวียดนามก็อาจจะเป็นอีกแบบหนึ่งนะคะก็ตรงนิดนึงนะคะเราก็ต้องเรียนรู้บุคลิกนะคะเราก็จะได้ทำงานกับเขาได้อย่างมีความสุขด้วยนะคะอาจารย์พร้อมแล้วใช่ไหมคะ
Yes,
ค่ะถ้าพร้อมแล้วนะคะขอเสียงปรบมือให้กับเซสชันนี้นะคะ
So thank you again. So now I come down to the southern part of the sub-regional. The last session we go to the upper part, which is GMS, comprising 6 countries. And now we're going down to the 3 countries down South Thailand. IMTGT stands for Indonesia, Malaysia, and Thailand. And apart from that, I think I forget you because we have IMSGT, Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore. Sorry about that. Okay, so each presenter would have 10 minutes. Yep, can you manage it?
I will try.
Can I have my friend from Indonesia? We first met last year when we engaged in Asia Pacific Conference, and also with Mr. Hiep. This is my old friend. Okay, so I give you a 10-minute presentation.
Thank you, Dr. Chakrit. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests. First of all, I would like to start by expressing my gratitude to the ITP and the organizer for having this such a wonderful event for our industry. It really reflects how we are doing for the past few years and what can be done in the upcoming years. And I also would like to thank you for the audience for listening to us at the last session here. I see the seat still full, and hopefully most of you can get benefits from what we are discussing here today from all of us. First of all, I would like to give you an overview what is in Indonesia. As you can see, maybe already in the slide that...
Yeah, where's Java, the place you come from?
Okay.
Which part is Java?
Yeah, let me start. I come from this part of Indonesia. Yeah. Jakarta is coming from this island, but I'm originally a mix from Java Island and my father coming from Sulawesi Island. So we have approximately more than 17,000 islands in Indonesia, and we have 5 big islands in Indonesia, over 81,000 kilometers of coastline, and as you can see, our big nation have more than 240 million population for the last census. So we are we are a very big market, as you can see. And
which part you have a land connection with Malaysia?
So far we have only one land connection around here at the West Kalimantan with Malaysia, and there's only one connection. And in Indonesia part, we don't really start to have all the infrastructure needed, but we are planning to have inland port soon in that part of Indonesia. So let me start by informing you that starting this year, we finally have a national logistic plan, or we call it in Indonesia National Logistics System, which is our vision to be a locally integrated, globally connected for national competitiveness and social welfare.
I wonder how come your vision and mission look similar to Thailand and Malaysia. I think we have the common goal.
Common goal, yeah. Yes. And I continue by expressing the mission is support the effective, efficient flow of goods. You see, we are trying to move around the goods to western part, to the eastern part of Indonesia.
Okay, let's see, this map is better.
Okay,
Yep.
You can see this. Our nation consists more of the ocean. So we need to have a same understanding that Indonesia is not separated by the sea, but it's connected by the sea. So this concept first must be implemented not for the private sector, but need to be realized by the government sector. As you can see, is Indonesia on the this is called Sumatra Island. This is the economic corridors that we have developed. Later on the next slide, I will give you all the details on the economic corridors. But just to show how we will be connected on each island, and within this big island, there will be a sea that connected us. Actually, there is a plan to connect the Sumatra and Java by having a bridge. But unfortunately, in the middle of the bridge, there's a big volcano called Krakatau, one of the biggest volcano eruption in the 19th century. And we're afraid that if it's active again, then will destroy the bridge. So we are still focused on the connection by the sea transportation. And on the eastern part of Indonesia here, it's very far, and later on my slide, you will see how the trade more focused on the western part. On our economic corridor, the government is trying to identify which is the focus on each corridor. The Sumatra is center production and processing of natural resources as a nation energy reserve. So we most likely focus on the example palm plantation. There's a big palm plantation in Sumatra because also it's near to Malaysia side.
Yeah.
And Java driver for national industry and service provision. There's many manufacturing company that located in Java, but not many raw materials or natural resources in Java. So we get these natural resources coming from other island. So there will be some transportation within the island to fulfill the needs of raw material. Of course, we also need the importation as well.
Yeah. And does Indonesian government have to pay subsidy for minimizing the cost? Otherwise,
Okay, I will tell later also
okay. Thank
in
you.
my next slide.
Okay.
Okay. Before I answer your question, this is what are in the national logistics system. This is the key driver that already identified. First of all, to identify commodity. What kind of commodity will be the focus for our trade? Transportation, of course. Transportation means that not just the infrastructure, but also the connection between mode of transport, how we connect the sea transport to the land transport, even to the rail network, and to the airport. So this is one of the homework that we are still need to develop actually, because it's not really well connected now. The next is how to provide for the logistic service provider and the player the same level of understanding. As you can see, most of the logistic player coming from the either the freight forwarders or the trucking company, or in Indonesia even now port operator try to become a 3PL company. So this we need to have a same understanding, same platform in doing the business. Also in HR, human resources management, of course the need of skillful and competent human resources really needed in our industries, since our industry is a service industry. So
Yeah.
human resources
And I
is
heard
the
that you take
key.
care of HRM at your institute.
Yes.
Okay.
And ICT, of course, Thomas already gave very good view on how ICT will be useful in not just logistic, but for our life. And last is about regulation and policy. Well, this is a tough topic, and we need another one day to discuss about regulation and policy only. So if you have, I believe maybe some of you already some business with the Indonesian counterparts, and if you have any problem or you have trouble, you can try by contact me, and we will give you some assistance on that. And as you can see on this 2011 alone, we have issued so many policy. One of them is about the custom policy and HS code system. Maybe some of you experienced the trouble of exporting from Thailand to Indonesia and having problem with HS code system. So this is just issued earlier 2012, and also another policy. In our national logistics system, there's a plan how we integrate our cities. There's a big DC, distribution center, that we would like to set up in each island here. The yellow color is projected to be our distribution center.
Yep.
And the regional distribution center, the blue color, is intended for each province in Indonesia.
Yeah.
And the transportation is doing on the arrow in number of color here. There's a concept of short sea shipping that we would like to develop. In Indonesia, especially in Java Island, from east to west, let me go back again. From east to west or vice versa, we used to distribute on land transport. So from Jakarta to Surabaya here, we use truck. The result of this operation is that we have to maintain the road every year. And as a Muslim country, we have Hari Raya every year, and the number of people traveling during Hari Raya is huge amount of people, so that will add up the burden of our road infrastructure. So that's why we are trying to develop a short sea shipping from Jakarta. There's another port here in Semarang, Central Java, and then go to Surabaya. So we will use the Ro-Ro vessel for road short sea shipping, and also the Ro-Ro vessel even to Kalimantan, and more Ro-Ro vessel to Sumatra. We only have one port serving Java and Sumatra, but now we will try to have another port and also another island. So this short sea shipping is a new concept that we would like to implement in the upcoming years. And to see that on the first point here, maybe a bit concerned of some of you, on our plan, we are to have only 2 gateways for international seaport. But this is still a plan. As you can see now, we have many seaport that can have international trade. Still some of in the Sumatra, even Java, also a big number of seaport that can have international trade, but we are planning to have 2 gateways later on. And the other progress that in the Tanjung Priok in Jakarta, we finally start to have a new Tanjung Priok port project, which is it's a deep sea port again, 18-meter draft.
Yes.
And will be reclamated few kilometers from the existing port, and we are setting up a new bonded area. So because there's our Tanjung Priok port is very old port,
Yep. Can I move to this slide presentation? I mean the network, I think it's a very useful one.
Oh.
Yep. I think is that relevant to your explanation? It's about the Baitang,